Well, folks, it appears I made a giant mistake, and that mistake was going and see the 2023 version of The Little Mermaid. There was a perfectly good version that came out in 1989. I should have just watched that instead, but you know, reasons. Talk about a waste of $15.53. Essentially, this was supposed to be a review. But how do you go about reviewing a movie that's essentially a crappier version than the one that came out 34 years ago? So instead, I'm just going to give you 5 reasons why you should go back and watch the original 1989 Little Mermaid. Reason number 1, it's made for a modern audience, which means that all the problematic things that happened in 1989 have been stripped out of this movie. You know, like Eric actually being a hero. Instead of him going piloting the ship and crashing it into Ursula and killing her, no, Ariel does it instead. Eric, well, he was just there for moral support, totally breaking the narrative of the original movie. Ariel's mother was killed by humans. And the whole point of Eric going killing Ursula is more of a redemption for humanity. And therefore, Triton gives his blessing to his daughter to go and marry Eric. But in today's culture, that's problematic because, you know, women could do things too. I guess. Women, they don't need no man. They can save themselves. Unless it's from a cockroach or a flat tire. And well, modern men, we're just here to occupy space and do nothing. Which is fine, I guess, if you hate fun. But we can't have romance either, right? Because that's an issue. A woman falling in love with a man, well, that just completely erases her agency. Instead, she falls in love with the idea of not being in the sea anymore, rather than a guy. I mean, that was like the whole point of the original Little Mermaid, right? She falls in love with Eric, and then she wants to be a part of his world, which leads her to go and make the deal with Ursula. Nope, problematic. We can't have that anymore. We have to change it. I guess it makes it past the Bechdel test or something like that, even though the Bechdel test is a complete joke. I mean, literally, it was a joke. It was never meant to be taken seriously, but for some reason, people do, and somehow it got introduced into popular culture like it's an actual thing. But instead, in this movie, she falls in love with the human world instead of Eric. For reasons. Because modern feminism. Yay. Fun. Now, ultimately, yeah, they do fall in love at the end, but it wasn't like how it was in the original movie where for Ariel, it was love at first sight. And also, they do get married at the end, but they don't show the wedding like they did the original. For reasons, of course. Modern feminism. Yay. Fun. And then they leave on an adventure. For reasons. Yay, fun! Oh, and all the mermaids are multicultural for some reason, with no explanation. Yay, made for modern audience! Number 2, the CG in the movie is actually awful. It's drab and uninteresting, and quite frankly, it doesn't look right. It 100% pales in comparison to the cel-shaded animation that came out in 1989. It was actually hand-drawn, and quite frankly, it looks way better than what we're seeing here. I mean, come on. This is awful. Her face looks weird. Also, fun fact, did you know that they actually made a bunch of costumes for the movie that they never used because it's mostly CG? Yeah. Fun, right? Well, I guess somebody got paid to do jack. Number 3, live action remakes typically aren't live action. So what's the point? And honestly, the issue I have with these quote unquote live action remakes is that they're not actually live. Most of it is done with CG, which is just another form of animation. Now granted, half this movie was actually live action, but everything that was under the sea wasn't. It was all CG nonsense for the most part. So if you're gonna go and watch an animated movie, go and watch the original. Again, it's better. Number 4, the reviews are awful. But wait a second, Comix Division, you said the reviews were awful. It has a 67% critic score and a 94% audience score. I mean, that looks pretty good until you start clicking on, oh, the top critic. Oh, that's not good, 46%. Well, but that audience score, it's got 94%. It's good right until you click all audiences, 48%. That's kind of bad, right? It seems like Disney's trying to hide something, like this movie's not very good, according to everybody. So yeah, based off those reviews, you should probably go and watch the 1989 movie instead. Reason number 5. It's a senseless remake. Go watch the original one. It's much better. All they're trying to do is do a cash grab on nostalgia. Odds are that the parents who watched the original one are taking their kids to go and see the 2023 version. And like I said, it's nothing more than an inferior product, a cheap knockoff the original. And the 1989 version is way more superior than the 2023 version. So if you want to go and relive that nostalgia, watch the original with your kids instead. Makes more sense. I also have a bonus reason why you should watch the original one. Stop giving money to companies that hate you. Disney, they hate you. All they want to do is indoctrinate your children with some sort of weird gender ideology. Don't give them money. It's a bad idea. Instead, just go and buy a used DVD. Well, that's it. That's all 5 reasons why you should go watch the 1989 version of The Little Mermaid rather than the 2023 remake. Like I said, it's garbage. And if you enjoyed this review, top 5, I suggest you go and check out another one of my videos that should be popping up on the screen right about now, or has been on the screen. Go click it. You know you want to.